Hey, this is Corey from Wolfpack Woodcraft, and this channel is all about outdoor preparedness. And if you've been watching for any length of time, you've heard me say probably 100 times that the sheath does not matter. The tool is what's doing the job. The tool is what's going to save your bacon. The tool is what matters. Don't worry about the sheath. The sheath just holds the tool. Well, you live and you learn. When I first made those statements, I was spoiled because I had a lot of knives and gear, and the sheaths fit my style of doing things. As I have broadened my horizons, as I've invested in different things, I have found alternative measures of things that don't work for me. And because of that, the tool goes unused. And so this is a great example right here. This is the JX5 Vengeful 1 by Bark River. I love this knife. Every time I pick this thing up, the balance, the way it fits my hand, it's just amazing. I really enjoy this knife, but I never ever use it. I never use it because I hate the sheath. I put a Pathfinder belt loop on it with a keychain cord, and I don't like danglers. I don't like having it dangle around. I don't like it hitting my leg. I don't like that when I go to try to put it back in. Sometimes it's canted, sometimes it's twisted. I don't like danglers. And also the cutout where my belt should go, it's super hard to get my belt through there, and so I don't use it. And then also, if I do take the time to wedge my belt through there, it's so low. I have so much sticking up that when I go to grab something or I go to reach, it jabs me in my ribs or it rubs my side as I'm walking, and it's not comfortable. It's not easy to use, and so I don't use it. I don't use the tool because of the sheath. The sheath is the only reason why this tool does not get used, and so it's not good. I invested a lot of money into a tool that I really like. I really enjoy it, but I'm not using it, and it's not doing its job because of the sheath. What I do end up using is the Becker BK9. I love this blade. This is the first knife that I bought for camping solo. When I started going out solo, I wanted a good camp knife that could do a lot of different things, and this is the one that I invested in. And then I eventually put my Carta handles on it. I got a Yellow Hawk custom Kydex sheath, and this system right here is perfect. It's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I need. It does have a tech lock on it. I've used that tech lock one time, and the only reason I used it is because it came with a tech lock. So I used it to see if I would like it. I don't. But the belt loop, I like the belt loop. I like how hardly anything is sticking up past that belt loop. And so it's comfortable. It's easy for me to pull the knife out one-handed, do what I need to do, put it back one-handed. And so this is the system that I use. If I need a large blade, I'm not grabbing this one. I'm grabbing this one. And it's because the knife and sheath system works so well together. Another example is the Mora. This is the Garberg sheath, the leather sheath. I don't like this flap. It gets in the way. It's hard to get the knife out one-handed. It's hard to put it back one-handed. It's really stiff, and I know that it will work out over time. I know that it will loosen up and get easier and easier and easier, but it's not worth the time to me because I like the multi-mount sheath. The multi-mount sheath is way easier to use one-handed. It's way easier to get this strap out of the way. You can take it completely off. That's what I usually do. That's what I used to do. Now I just use this. It's super simple. I have the Garberg stainless steel. It's just so easy to get the knife in and out. It carries well. It's not going to fall out. This is what I use. And so what I have is I have the Mora Kanzable, I have the Mora Garberg stainless steel, and the Mora Garberg carbon steel. All three of these knives I alternate into this one sheath. And so the multi-mount and the leather sheath they never come with me. This one does, and then I pick which one I want and I put it in this sheath. The other thing that I want to talk about is tools. Now when it comes to the Kanzable, this isn't my favorite knife. It's got the Scandi grind by the handle and the flat grind at the tip. And to me, it's kind of one of those jack of all trades, master of none. It can do different things kind of well, but it's not really good at anything. And so for me, I'd rather have the Garberg stainless steel, which is a great camp knife. It doesn't carve and skin and slice as well as a flat grind will, but it's a great camp tool. This is a really, really good camp knife. I really enjoy the Garberg. And so for me, it doesn't matter which one of these sheaths I put this tool in, I'm not going to use it because I don't like the tool itself. And so that's something to keep in mind as well, is just because something's in a great sheath doesn't mean that it's the tool is worth having. I know a lot of people, they carry a knife just because the sheath is so comfortable. It fits well on their belt, it's lightweight, it's convenient. The tool, it goes dull really fast, it's hard to sharpen, it has all these issues, but they like the sheath, and so they carry a junk tool. And so it's important to look at your gear from both angles. Is this something that, so I have the Kanzable, which I don't like, and the leather sheath that I don't like because I'm not going to miss it. But is it the tool? Am I carrying it because of the tool, or am I carrying it because of the sheath? Or is it a good system that works together? That's kind of the thing that I wanted to drive home. The other thing is I have a holster. This isn't a sheath, it's a holster. It's for my 1911. But if I put this inside here and pull it out, this firearm, the outside is going to be brown. And then I'm going to have to spend a long time getting that brown off. And so I have to work it. I have to work this leather to make sure that this doesn't turn brown. And because of that, I don't use it. I don't carry my 1911. I don't use it for anything other than target practice because I don't want it to be brown. I don't want to spend a long time cleaning all that brown off. I like to keep my things looking as new as possible, and they don't look new, they don't look good when they're covered in brown leather, right? And so I showed you this is unloaded, but yeah, that's something to keep in mind as well. Another thing to keep in mind is this is a Baco Laplander. If I put this in a sheath, I wouldn't enjoy using it. It would just be a pain. I like how this locks shut. I'll put this in my back pocket. I'll put it in my front pocket. I'll just wrap it around my wrist sometimes and just let it dangle while I'm doing stuff. This is a great tool. If it was in a sheath, that sheath would just be a pain in the butt. On the flip side, I have the Big Boy 2000, Silky Big Boy 2000. As you can see, this one does not lock shut, and so it slides open. I don't trust putting this in my pocket. I don't trust putting this in my pack because if it opens up and starts tearing into things, I'm gonna get angry. So I got the sheath that it fits into. Now I can use the tool. Okay, it's a great tool. I use it all the time. But if I'm out in the yard cutting a bunch of stuff, this stays in the house. If I have it on my belt or if I'm putting it in my pack, then I use it. Okay, sometimes the sheath is unnecessary. Okay, and so really take a look at your stuff and say, is this something that I carry because I enjoy the tool? Is it something that I carry because I enjoy the sheath? Or is it a good system? All right, and try, from now on, what I'm going to focus on is I'm going to try to focus on finding good systems so that I can carry my favorite firearm. I can carry my favorite knife. So with that being said, leave any knowledge or questions in that comment section. I want to know, what is your favorite combination, whether it's a gun and holster, whether it's a knife and sheath, whether it's a saw, a sword, I don't care what it is. Leave it in that comment section, and I can't wait to hear from you in my next video.